Good morning. Happy Friday. Every time Friday comes around, I remember that song by that girl, uh, the little teenage girl that made the song. It's Friday, Friday, getting down on Friday. Anyway, I might go watch the video after this. Good morning. Happy Friday. How are ya? How you doing? How's the day treating you thus far? So I called my ass getting up early this morning to go to the gym and told my sons we were getting up early to go to the gym. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, nah, my body doesn't want to do this anymore. We're going to go at 6:30 in the evening. I thought I was going to be like super gym rat. Those days are gone, very gone. So, no topic on hand this morning. I think this is it's either 78 or 79 of my live streams. I am losing track of my neighbors are loud right now. I think it's day 78 or 79. I don't remember which one. And I'm doing a total of 100 and I'm putting each one of these up on YouTube. I started editing them, but now they're going up unedited. So people get the full fuckery of what happens when I go live. So good morning, Grand Rising. How are you? Magickal Things. I have spent, first of all, I spent this morning in some blissful orgasmic meditation. I mean, I don't know any other way to say it. It's like when the meditation is so serene and you just feel the oneness within you. Like you don't want to come out. You just don't want to come out of the meditation. I really didn't want to come out. I had to I was like, all right, you gotta kind of get things going. Normally I meditate until I feel complete. And I did feel complete. I don't usually rush it, but I did want to stay. I was complete, but I wanted to stay in it. But I meditate until completion. What does that look like? In case some yellow, like, what the fuck does that mean? So let's talk a little bit about meditation this morning. So it doesn't matter how long I've been meditating, but I've been pretty much doing it my whole entire life. My parents were Buddhist when I was younger. Before we flipped over to the Nation of Islam when I was 6. It's quite a switch, right? So the first thing I learned how to do was meditate, with the phrase Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. That's the first meditation that I remember doing. Ooh, made me feel buzzy. So I've been meditating that long. And then, there are periods of time where there was absolutely no meditation. Like, trust me, I did not have a deep meditative practice at 13 years old. Like most kids who learn things, it's like, yeah, you learn it, you do it. And it's like, and then you kind of go like in this wave thing. And then meditation for me became a thing that you do, right? So then I thought meditation was like I was supposed to sit and try and clear my mind and not have any thoughts whatsoever. And that was frustrating as fuck because I kept thinking of things while I was meditating, right? And I thought that's not what's supposed to happen. So that was kind of like the teenage years. And then in my early 20s, when I started getting back into learning about the occult and back into learning about esoteric things. And at that time, there was no internet, there's no Google, and it was just books. And there weren't many books on African traditional religions. And there were tons of books on Wicca or Wicca, or however folks want to pronounce it, neo-paganism. And so I started to delve into that and learned more about meditation on that end and how, okay, I don't have to try and clear my mind of all the thoughts, right? Because that's going to be nearly impossible to do anyway. It's just not going to happen. So then I got back into a meditative process, which, ended up leading me down other roads. In my 30s, I got back a little bit into Buddhism and began to spend some time at a Sangha. doing meditation, went on a wonderful silent weekend meditation. It was amazing. Was I silent the whole entire time? Nope, not at all. Did I talk on the phone while I was there? Yup, absolutely did. But when we were together, in practice, it was silent, and that was the first time I really sat in meditation for an hour. So why am I going through all this with you? Because I think sometimes we think of meditation as this. I really didn't intend to come on here talking about meditation, but here we are. We make meditation this thing to do, and it's really a state of being. Right? Meditation is not a thing you do. That's kind of the antithesis of meditation. It's not about clearing your mind, because that's not going to happen either. And again, that's frustrating as fuck, because as soon as you sit down to meditate, your brain's going to go in 5 different directions because it's got nothing else to do. It's nothing else to do. The purpose of meditation is to really bring you into present awareness, into the present moment, which also then brings you into connection with self. Meditation is about being aware. That's really its purpose. And in the awareness of the freaking, somebody doesn't let this cop go by. In the awareness of the present moment, you learn to just be in each moment that comes, as opposed to having your monkey brain that's all over the place, as opposed to living in the past or heading off into an unknown future. And so that's really what meditation does, is it grounds you and brings you into the present moment of who you are. How does one meditate? Ask 25 different people and you will get 37 different answers. Okay. The way I was taught in especially in the Buddhist tradition, that I learned from, I had never experienced walking meditation before, not in that formalized way, right? I didn't realize that, because I was thinking, I gotta sit, I gotta have my hands in this mudra right here. I gotta, I'm sitting in what you think is the meditative pose is where my legs are right now. And I thought that that's what it needed to be, and it doesn't. And so from there, I learned that you can meditate walking, you can meditate washing dishes, and reading books by Thich Nhat Hanh. I love Thich Nhat Hanh. He's amazing. I will put his name in. I'll have to remember to put his name in. Somebody write in the comments, please remember to put that dude's name in. And I'll post his name. The way he describes meditation, it is so beautiful. And he talked about how, the monks in the monastery, how they would meditate. And yes, sometimes they would sit, but they would just be doing contemplative walks. Tai Chi is a meditation. Aikido, all martial arts, is a meditation. I don't know, that just came into my mind. I was thinking about one of my neighbors who always is out front, this elderly Asian man, always doing Tai Chi. And then his wife does it in one of the playgrounds close by. And it's such a beautifully meditative practice. You're aware, you're right here in the present moment. So meditation can be done. It doesn't have to be seated. The only reason why people don't recommend laying down is because you usually end up falling asleep. And then some people say, well, if you fall asleep, that is what the mind was meant to do. But I don't recommend laying down. I don't recommend laying down when you meditate, unless your intention is to fall asleep. So meditation can happen. People are like, well, how does it happen washing dishes? You're simply aware of the present moment. Again, Thich Nhat Hanh has this saying that he would say, and I don't remember it right now, but it's like, I am aware. I come back to my breath in this present moment. This is all there is. Like it's something to that effect. And when you're washing dishes, you know, most of the time we're just like, we're not, it's by rote, right? Everything we do is just, we've been doing it. Like if you drive to work, you just, your brain is on autopilot. It's on autopilot. And you know that this is real because there are times, even walking, right? There are times that I've been going someplace, driving or walking, and I'm so used to going to one place and I'm supposed to be going to another that I just automatically head off in that direction. I'm like, whoa, wait, I wasn't going here today. I was going this way. But the brain is on autopilot. That's one of the ways you know that your brain is not in the present moment. It's like, okay, this is what we do. We're going this way, right? So when we're washing dishes, you know, for instance, it's kind of the same thing. You wash, whatever, you're probably thinking about, you know, a million other things that you need to do, you know, and you're not aware of the suds, the feeling. And this leads into sensuality as well, right? So look at how this ties together into your sensual self, into being in your body, into living in a more orgasmic way, and into living more in pleasure, right? So I use washing dishes because it's such a mundane thing to do, and most people do not like washing dishes. So here you are, you're washing your dish. You've got the plate in your hand, you know, soap on the sponge. You can feel the suds. You can feel the warmth of the water, you know, as you put the sponge in the under the faucet. And as you're rubbing it on the plate, you're just feeling the silkiness of the soap, the way it glides, the way it slides, you know, the way the sponge or the cloth feels. Is it rough? Is it a terry cloth that you're using? Is it a sponge? Can you feel the pores? You know, as you hold the plate, can you feel it? Is it getting hotter or colder? You know, and as you put the sponge down and you rinse the plate, what does your hand feel like on the plate? What does your skin feel like as it smooths the suds away, as it wipes the suds off the plate, as you flip the plate over and you feel the ridges on the back of the plate? You know, what does that feel like as you shake it, or as you put it in the drainer? You know, what is it like to watch the water slide down? And you do that with every dish. First of all, that kind of sounds sexy as fuck. It's like dishwash porn. I feel like I could make a meditative, like an ASMR video off of that. But you do that with every dish, right? And you just go through the process of feeling the bubbles on your skin, and feeling into the moment. You might even think about, if you are thinking, you might even think about the joy of the clean dishes, and how it will feel, you know, the next time you eat your food and all this other kind of stuff. So that's how you can meditate washing the dishes. You just in the moment. Yeah, don't think about your food in the future because that takes you out of the present moment. Sorry. You're in that moment with that individual dish. And you're just feeling into that. And you can do the same thing walking, you know, and so forth and so on. So one of the other ways that another version of meditation that I've come into recently is through Mind Valley. And I'm a big fan of Mind Valley's classes, Vishen Lakhiani. I always see the ads on here. You might always see the ads on here. I don't know. But I'm a big fan of the classes. And I took one, and I think I mentioned this before. So I have this book called The Silva Ultra Mind Method, and it's a way to do self-hypnosis. And the book is wonderful, but the book required a course. Like, and I saw that. I was like, I can't read this because the statements are supposed to be said to me, and I can't say the statements and read them and put myself in a hypnotic state. It wasn't going to work that way. So I was like, I wish there was a course. You know, I know it's the pandemic and all that, but I got to find a Silva course. And then Vishen created one. And I sure did snap that right on up and purchase it. And in that process, I learned how to, he walks you through this process. It's normally a 2-day seminar. but he walks you through this process stretched out 28 days where you learn how to bring yourself into your center. I can't teach it because I'm not certified to teach it, and I don't know all of the back end of what it is to teach it, right? I do intend to learn though, because I think it has been amazing for me. And there's a way to take you into your center. It's a way that you count down and you just you completely relax your entire body, and you find yourself just in this centered space. And that brings me back to this morning. And so that's where I was this morning, in this centered space of meditation. You can get there without the countdown, by the way. I don't want you to think that, oh man, because I don't have the Silva Ultramine method, I can't do meditation the way Maisha just said. You absolutely can. It's just another way to do it. And I find that for me, it works very well. For you, it might not actually, right? Because we're all different. But what I will say is this: when you're going into meditation, the most important thing for you to remember is your breath. And I got about 5 more minutes. I got to go get my COVID test this morning. It's the breath. When I had difficulty relaxing myself when I was meditating, I would count my breath. And when I was learning with a coven, that was part of the process, was counting your in breath and counting your out breath when you were doing your meditations. And so some people count to 4, some people count to 6, some people count to 8, but as you breathe in, you want to count. As you breathe out, you want to count. And you do that as a way to give some focus to your mind as your body relaxes. And that way, the only thing that you're doing is thinking about your breathing. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Not this fast, right? You can also, no, I don't want to talk about holding the breath because that's a little different. That's more active. But if you focus on your breathing, just your breathing, you will begin to find yourself in a deeper meditative state. The thoughts will come. They will come because, and Eckhart Tolle, I don't say that, how to pronounce his last name. I should just go look it up. And, he describes, and Thich Nhat Hanh, the same thing. Well, Eckhart has learned quite a bit from Thich Nhat Hanh, but they describe the thoughts as clouds in the sky. Your clouds in the sky. What happens on our day-to-day mundane is that the thought comes in and we attach to that shit. Like we lock on to it. Like a thought flies by, we just, and next thing you know, we're off and racing with the thought. And we're no longer here. We're off with the thought, right? In meditative practice, it teaches you how to release it. So thought comes in, sitting in meditation. Oh gosh, I think I need to wash the dishes. Normally what happens is kadunk. And what else do I have to do? Did I need to do laundry? I think I need to go do that list. Okay, focus, bring it back. And you start to feel lost. I'm frustrated, I'm done. Like clouds. I need to wash the dishes. That's an interesting thought. I think I need to do laundry. It's another thought flying by. Laundry. Cool. And so you learn how to let your thoughts just kind of pass on by like traffic. And you don't get attached to them. Bringing that into when you're not in a meditative state, what happens is you find more peace and you're more grounded because it becomes habit for your brain to begin to let the thoughts roll by. So that even when you're not meditating, you don't get caught up in the thoughts that are happening. Let me really quickly relate this to relationships because it just came to me and it's kind of fun. So you got a boo thing. Ladies, I'm gonna just focus on you because it's always easier for me because I'm a woman too. Got a boo thing. He didn't call you when he said he was gonna call, right? It's a little mundane thing that sometimes people get upset about. They get upset about it because what they think it means, right? He didn't call you. It must mean, here come the thoughts. He's not interested, doesn't like you. He's trying to lie to you. He's with somebody else right now. You know, all the insecurities start to pop up, all the thoughts start to pop up, all the story around the fact of why this man didn't call could have been as simple as he was on an extended phone call with his mom, right? Could have been just that simple. Could have been that his phone died. Could have been just that simple. But the stories that we sometimes tell each other and the thoughts that are attached to them are all of this. So we're often running to the races. So if you've been cheated on before, right? The story is, oh, he didn't call me. You know what? I knew it. He must be with somebody else. I can't believe I let myself fall for this again. I really like this guy. What the hell? And by the time dude calls, you are amped up and ready to throw the fuck down. Yeah. He's like, hello? Oh, now you're going to call me? What? I'm sorry. You were supposed to call me an hour ago. What happened? Oh, I'm so sorry, but you know, and he's like, I am sorry. I don't even know what happened here. Right? Because shit happens and people aren't perfect. You have a meditative practice. Dude doesn't call. Thought comes in. He didn't call me. I wonder if this is like the last time. Oh, look, notice that thought. Notice how I just brought all of my past right here into the present moment. Look at that. Look at me just bringing up the story. Huh. Oh, that's, yeah, interesting. And you go about your day. You go about your day because you're not attached to the story. Dude calls you. He's like, hey. You're like, hey, I was a little worried. I thought I was going to hear from you. I'm so sorry. My mother called me. And you're like, no worries. That's how meditation can help you in the actual practicality of life. Because I know people talk about meditate, and I like to bring stuff to like real life, right? Because all that woo-woo shit sounds great. But it's like, how the fuck is meditation gonna actually help me in my life? That's how. It keeps you from acting like a crazy banshee. It keeps you from dragging your past experiences into your present and creating stories in your present that then create the future, which is often a future that's opposite the future that you want. So I encourage everyone to get involved in a meditative practice. Every single person. There's no reason not to meditate. There's just literally not. I don't care what your religious background is. Jesus meditated, Buddha, Muhammad, Krishna, they all meditated. Everybody meditated. Mother Teresa meditated. Obviously Gandhi did, right? Dr. King probably did. Alhaji Malik Shabbat. Look, everyone meditated. So there's no reason not to. I highly encourage you, even if it's 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes a day. Even if for the first minute, all you do is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If that's all you do it every day. In 30 days, it will be a completely different story for you. Meditation, game changer. I might have to switch that. Well, I said magical things because these are magical things. Meditation can change your entire life. Because when you're clear and you're grounded, you're able to see things that you normally wouldn't have seen before. And you begin to create your life in a different way. And you begin to create it with this peace. And again, this orgasmic bliss and pleasure. And really, isn't that what we all desire? I mean, I don't know anyone whose desire is not to live in peace and joy. Like, really, I can't imagine that there's anyone's going to be like, I don't want to live in peace and joy. I enjoy the strife. I'm like, oh, are you sure about that? Anyway, let me get off of here for today. Again, happy Friday for those of you who's payday. Enjoy your day. Have a good one. I love you all. I will see you back here tomorrow morning. Bye. Love ya.